What's happening, Pump Talk Nation? Get ready, because the news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and we've got the absolute latest updates you need to know. From powerful movements demanding justice to incredible stories of resilience and triumph, buckle up. We're diving deep into the stories that are shaping our world right now, bringing you the unfiltered truth and the most compelling narratives. You won't want to miss a single second of this. Stick around, because the game-changing news starts now. First up, we're going behind the headlines to uncover a powerful push for accountability. Survivors are stepping forward with unwavering courage, demanding that long-hidden truths be brought into the light. This is a story about reclaiming narratives and ensuring that voices, long silenced, are finally heard loud and clear. It's a pivotal moment, and we've got all the details on what's driving this urgent call for action. Next, we journey into a remarkable tale of personal transformation and culinary artistry. Imagine losing everything, only to find profound freedom and a renewed sense of purpose in the most unexpected circumstances. This is an inspiring look at how one individual is rebuilding their life, one incredible dish at a time, proving that resilience can bloom even in the face of devastation. And we're not stopping there. We've got a unique guide for those looking to stay in the game, offering strategic insights for a popular weekly challenge. Plus, we're shining a spotlight on incredible individuals who are redefining perceptions and championing understanding through their unique strengths and perspectives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Justice demanded, survivors speak out. A powerful surge of collective action is echoing through Capitol Hill as survivors of profound abuse are making their voices heard like never before. This isn't just a moment. It's a movement, fueled by decades of silenced pain and a relentless pursuit of truth. The air crackles with determination as individuals who have endured unimaginable trauma come together, refusing to be footnotes any longer. This past Wednesday marked an extraordinary convergence of courage and advocacy. Survivors of the extensive abuse, trafficking, and suffering orchestrated by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell over many years gathered, their resolve palpable. Anouska DeGiorgio, her voice resonating with newfound strength, declared, "I have to use my voice, the voice that had been silenced by fear and shame for so many years." Marina Lacerda, speaking publicly for the first time, shared a poignant indictment. "Our government could have saved so many women, but Jeffrey Epstein was too important and those women didn't matter. Well, we matter now. We are here today, and we are speaking, and we are not going to stop speaking." Their words underscore a profound sense of betrayal and a demand for accountability from the very institutions meant to protect them. The day's events were spearheaded by World Without Exploitation, an anti-trafficking organization, which hosted a nonpartisan rally. This was swiftly followed by a news conference featuring a bipartisan contingent of House representatives, with both events broadcast live. The primary objective was to exert pressure on lawmakers to declassify and release all documents pertaining to the government's investigations into Epstein, involving the Justice Department and various other agencies. However, the significance of the day transcended mere political maneuvering. It represented a profound act of solidarity for women and their families who have faced persistent dismissal, neglect, and deception from a government and justice system that failed in its duty to safeguard them. Lauren Hirsch, the executive director of World Without Exploitation, noted that for some survivors present, Wednesday was the first opportunity they had to openly discuss their exploitation by Epstein. Liz Stein articulated the shared experience, stating, "We're in a sorority that none of us asked to join, but we all stand here today, stronger together, because our collective voice is powerful." This collective strength is a powerful antidote to the isolation and shame that often accompany such trauma. The shared experience amplifies their message, transforming individual pain into a potent force for change. The energy at the rally was electric, with cheers of "No More" erupting and attendees finding solace and strength in supportive hugs and shared tears. The survivors' mission extends beyond the mere release of government files, though that remains a critical objective to help them understand the scope of the abuse they endured. They also aim to awaken the broader American public to the alarming prevalence of sexual abuse among minors, a reality all too familiar to prosecutors. This unified front is particularly striking, given that it was largely galvanized by individuals associated with Trump and his allies, who have shown a clear desire to move past this issue. The survivors recalled feeling demoralized by the lenient sentence Epstein received in 2008 from then U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta, a figure who later served in the Trump administration, and the subsequent perceived indifference from the current Justice Department. The successful prosecution of Ghislaine Maxwell in 2021 by the Southern District of New York offered a glimmer of justice, with some survivors bravely testifying despite their deep-seated fears. However, recent actions by the Trump-aligned Justice Department have threatened to undermine even this hard-won progress. But the fight for justice is far from over, and new developments are constantly emerging. Coming up next, we explore an inspiring story of resilience and reinvention in the culinary world. The chef's fiery comeback. In the serene setting of the Ecology Center, a regenerative farm nestled in San Juan Capistrano, Chef Tyler Wells is tending a massive fire, a scene that holds deep symbolic resonance for his current life chapter. Over the burning embers of oak logs, a substantial cut of beef, the size of a lawn mower, slowly roasts, its rendered fat dripping onto a pan of red potatoes below. Wells, a seasoned chef known for his former Lowe's Angels establishment, All Time, is preparing a feast for over 100 guests, many of whom have traveled to experience his culinary artistry once again. Wells, 47, who grew up in West Virginia, finds himself at a profound crossroads. Just months prior, his life was engulfed in flames, quite literally. In January, following a divorce from his ex-wife and former business partner, Ashley, Wells moved into a new home in Altadena. Tragically, soon after, a devastating wildfire swept down from the foothills, obliterating thousands of homes, including his. While his new restaurant, Bernie, remained structurally intact, the inferno reduced his personal belongings to ash. "My life just burned down," he reflects, a statement encompassing not only the loss of his home and possessions, but also the closure of his restaurant and the end of his marriage. This period of intense loss and upheaval has led him to seek solace and a new beginning in the most unconventional of places. He now resides in a tent at the Ecology Center, a stark contrast to his previous life. "You want to see my house?" he asks, gesturing towards a simple green tent pitched near rows of produce. This tent, sparsely furnished but adorned with fresh flowers, serves as his primary residence, a space he has occupied for weeks. While he retains a small house in Silver Lake, the tent has become his sanctuary. He moved to the Ecology Center at the urging of his friend Evan Marks, the founder, who repeatedly invited him to come home. After initially trying to sleep directly on the soil, Wells found himself soaked by the nightly marine layer and opted for the tent. Now, he shares his nights with the sounds of coyotes and the company of barn owls and hawks, even befriending an orb weaver spider. Remarkably, Wells expresses a profound sense of liberation and happiness in this minimalist existence. "I've never been happier than I am living in this tent," he shares. "I'm so free, life's so rich, it's a pretty simple existence. Dude, I am a different man, I am the best version I've ever been of myself. I don't have any anxiety, I don't have any stress." He likens this transformation to a controlled burn where devastation has cleared the way for growth and clarity. The Lowe's Angels restaurant scene has faced considerable challenges, exacerbated by the pandemic and ice raids, leading many establishments, including those of Wells's friend Leon Ta, to close. Yet, amidst this adversity, a sense of community and shared purpose has emerged. Ta finds Wells's current approach inspiring, noting his loose demeanor and their mutual realization that they can create meaningful experiences with minimal resources. Initially, Wells considered letting his new restaurant, Bernie, fade away, believing his chapter in Lowe's Angels was over. However, the community of Altadena and his former restaurant team rallied around him, encouraging him to persevere. He has since renamed the space Betsy, in honor of his mother, and has been hosting free Sunday suppers to preview its late summer reopening. Attending one of these suppers, one witnesses Wells's indomitable spirit. The space, located across from vacant lots marked for hazardous material removal, stands as a beacon of hope in a neighborhood scarred by fire. Wells, cheerful and unbowed, works the room, his playlist a testament to resilience and optimism, featuring songs like Randy Newman's I love LA and the talking heads, this must be the place, naive melody. He even prepares his mother's signature berry cobbler, a nostalgic taste of home. While the long-term success of Betsy remains to be seen, Wells feels a profound sense of clarity and purpose. I think I know what I'm doing now, he states. I was put on Earth to do this. This incredible story of rebuilding against all odds is truly inspiring. But before we move on, we've got some essential tips for fans of weekly challenges that could keep you in the game longer. Your ultimate NFL Week 1 Eliminator strategy. The roar of the crowd, the smell of the turf, the thrill of the game, the NFL season is back, and with it, one of the most captivating and nerve-wracking contests out there. NFL Eliminator, also known as NFL Survivor. This isn't just about picking a winner. It's a weekly test of foresight, courage, and a little bit of luck, where one wrong pick can send you packing. The opening week is notoriously brutal, often featuring unexpected upsets that can decimate a huge portion of the player pool right out of the gate. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to navigate these treacherous waters and avoid that early elimination pitfall. This space is dedicated to providing you with the sharpest insights and most strategic picks for your NFL Eliminator or Survivor pools each week. While perfection is an elusive goal, yes, I'll likely get some predictions wrong. The commitment here is to rigorous analysis and informed decision-making. After all, isn't the effort and strategy the heart of the game? Though, a little birdie tells me that actually being right is slightly more important, but we'll strive for both. So, let's gear up and get ready to make those crucial Week 1 selections. As we dive into Week 1, the landscape is filled with intriguing matchups. We need to identify games where one team holds a significant, almost unassailable, advantage. This often means looking at powerhouses facing struggling opponents, or teams with strong home field advantages playing against squads that have historically faltered on the road. Consider the Green Bay Packers, for example, heading into their matchup. While historical performance is a guide, we must also look at the current roster dynamics, coaching strategies, and any significant off-season changes that might impact team performance. Are there any key injuries that could shift the balance of power? Has a team shown explosive offensive potential in the preseason that suggests they could dominate an opponent? Conversely, we must also be wary of games that appear to be a sure thing but hide potential traps. Sometimes, the most heavily favored teams can be complacent, or an underdog team might possess a specific matchup advantage that the oddsmakers have overlooked. Rivalry games, for instance, often defy conventional wisdom, with both teams playing with heightened intensity regardless of their regular season records. It's crucial to analyze the motivational factors at play. Is a team playing for a coach's job, or perhaps seeking redemption after a disappointing previous season? These intangible elements can often swing the outcome of a game. Furthermore, understanding the betting lines and point spreads can offer valuable clues. While not the sole determinant, a large spread often indicates a significant perceived difference in team strength. However, it's also worth noting that upsets happen, and sometimes the most unexpected results occur when the stakes are highest. For Week 1, we'll be looking at teams that have demonstrated consistency, strong defensive capabilities, and effective offensive execution throughout their recent history and preseason preparations. The goal is to select a team that not only has a high probability of winning, but also a low risk of being involved in a surprising upset. Let's analyze the matchups, weigh the risks, and make our picks with confidence, aiming to survive and advance through the opening weekend of NFL action. Making the right call in these high-stakes games is key to staying in the competition. And speaking of overcoming challenges, our next story highlights individuals turning unique perspectives into powerful strengths. Neurodiversity, redefining strengths and building bridges. In a world increasingly focused on understanding and celebrating the diverse tapestry of human cognition, a powerful movement is gaining momentum, spearheaded by individuals with neurodivergent brains who are actively reshaping narratives and fostering more inclusive communities. These pioneers are not waiting for acceptance. They are building their own spaces and empowering themselves and others to speak their truth, demonstrating that differing ways of thinking are not limitations, but profound assets. Alex Hackle, a 29-year-old X Games medalist, exemplifies this paradigm shift. Hackle, who identifies as dyslexic, credits his neurodivergence with fostering an innovative, outside-the-box approach to street skiing, allowing him to develop a distinctive video style. His journey took an unexpected turn when a partially torn ACL sidelined his competitive skiing career. This challenge, however, opened a new avenue, enabling him to merge his passion for skiing with his burgeoning interest in filmmaking. The more that you're able to connect with people, and the more you're able to see the different strengths that you're able to have from being neurodivergent and thinking a little bit differently, the better, Hackle explains. He reflects on his upbringing, noting, "When you grow up with dyslexia, you realize that the book doesn't necessarily apply to you and that you're living in a school system that's optimized for other people. And you have to develop a relationship with failure, and you have to be willing to try and try and try again." His perspective highlights the resilience and adaptive strategies that neurodivergent individuals often develop from navigating a world not always designed for them. Another compelling voice is Eva Erickson, a 25-year-old PhD candidate in engineering at Brown University. Erickson candidly shares her experiences with sensory overstimulation in high school, which she describes as leading to episodes. She draws a parallel to a moment on the reality show Survivor, where she experienced intense emotional distress during a difficult challenge. However, in a crucial moment on the show, she confided in a fellow contestant about the effectiveness of hand squeezes in managing her autistic-related emotional responses. This act of vulnerability and shared coping strategy underscores the importance of peer support and understanding. It is really important to bring awareness to these kinds of situations, that people go through this stuff, and it's not something wrong with them, Erickson states. It's just a challenge that's a little different, but that you can get through it, and it doesn't mean that you're lesser because you face those challenges. Her words emphasize that neurodivergence represents a different way of experiencing the world, not an inferior one, and that with the right support and understanding, individuals can thrive. The work of the Neurodiversity Alliance, supported by celebrity ambassadors, is crucial in amplifying these stories. By sharing personal experiences and highlighting the unique strengths associated with conditions like dyslexia, autism, ADHD, and others, they are challenging long-held misconceptions and fostering a more inclusive society. This peer-to-peer movement is building a vital network where individuals can find validation, share strategies, and advocate for greater understanding and accommodation in educational, professional, and social environments. The emphasis is shifting from deficit-based models to strength-based approaches, recognizing that neurodivergent individuals bring valuable perspectives and problem-solving skills that enrich society as a whole. The growing visibility of these voices is not just about raising awareness. It's about fundamentally changing how we perceive and value different minds. These inspiring individuals are paving the way for greater acceptance and understanding. And that's a wrap on our top stories today. That's all the buzz for today. We heard from powerful survivors demanding justice, a chef finding freedom in simplicity after devastation, strategic picks to keep you in the NFL game, and inspiring voices celebrating neurodiversity. Don't miss out on any of our future updates. Hit that like button if you found this valuable, subscribe to Pump Talk News for your daily dose of what matters, and ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop new content. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to follow us on all our social media channels for more exclusive content and behind-the-scenes action. We'll see you next time.